Good evening and welcome to the second edition of The List, where we talk about the 5 biggest sports stories that you need to know about. At number 5, in his first spring training at bat, the Houston Astros second baseman Jose Altuve was hit by the first pitch he saw. Do you think pitchers throwing at Houston's players is going to become a problem throughout the 2020 season, Hannah?
I'm going to have to go with yes. You mean, Jose Altuve has been a liked player in the past, but ever since the cheating scandal, obviously a lot of teams, they're mad at the Astros, and they want to show that. I think a lot of the teams agree that there should be more of a punishment for what happened, especially with how successful their season was, and that's just unfair to the other teams. And yeah, so I think they are going to be aiming at them. It may become a problem, and then the MLB is going to have to look at it.
David?
Yeah, I definitely think that, well, for one, when watching the video, I don't know if it was necessarily intentional or not. It would, make sense if it was, due to what's come out about the Astros. But I agree, Jose Altuve has been a very liked player in the last couple of years. He's established himself as one of the best base stealers in the league. But there's an interview with Aaron Judge, and he was talking about how they should definitely have their title revoked. And it just seems like there was a lot of just animosity in the interview and how he was speaking towards them, and that's kind of been reflected throughout not just other stars in the league, but also GMs, analysts. So I definitely say that a lot of people are against the Astros right now, and whether intentionally hitting their players is the right outlet, that's up to anyone's opinion. But I definitely think that it's a trend that could continue.
Yeah, I'm definitely, watching the season, again, it's going to be coming up, and it's definitely going to be hopefully not a problem, like if they're going to have to switch helmets, or something, or just kind of having to stop that. But otherwise, we are going to move on to number 4. March Madness is upon us. Who are the teams that you guys can think of make a run in the national champions? Are there any surprise teams, David?
Well, I definitely say that this is a year of upsets for sure. It's a couple of teams that we didn't think would have the starts that they did. San Diego State, who just got their first loss a couple days ago. Auburn starting off like 19-0. Baylor held in the 1 seed for almost a week before falling to Kansas. Gonzaga just previously losing to BYU. There's been a lot of surprising upsets, not just in the last couple of weeks, but throughout the entire season. Virginia losing to Southern Carolina a couple weeks ago. I think that a lot more teams are either going to clinch their first berth this year or will get their first one for a while. University of Illinois, who hasn't even been able to make the NIT in the last couple of years, is going to number 1 in the Big Ten right now, which is a huge surprise. I think it's really interesting just seeing how many teams who have failed to get star talent in the last couple of years have been rising up previously.
Hannah?
Yeah, one team I think might make a push this year is the Maryland Terrapins. They have been really playing well all year. They've been playing well in conference, and they just have a good team chemistry on the team. They know what they have to do. Kentucky, I still want them to make a push. Their season has not lived up to expectations at all, but I think Coach K is really he drills that playoff mentality into them, what they have to do, and I think they're still going to come out and make a good playoff run in the NCAA tournament, whether a lot of people can see that or not.
And at number 3, there have been rumors that Vikings wide receiver Stephon Diggs wants to be traded out of Minnesota. Do you see that happening? Or where do you think he'll maybe even begin the season of 2020? Hannah?
Yeah, so I was reading up on it, and Stephon Diggs he's been talking about getting traded out of Minnesota for a while, for years now actually, but this year I don't think that's going to happen. He had a phenomenal season for them last year. They really need him as a key asset, and unless he's getting some crazy money deal, I think he's going to stay with the Vikings for at least this season.
I would agree with that. It must not be, obviously gratifying to be one of the main options of your team and feel like that you're not, getting enough plays ran or getting the ball enough. But you're right. He is one of the most valuable assets that they hold. And since he's already established himself as one of the top threats that they have, I think if he was to go to a different team, at least this season, so suddenly, it would take a while for him to truly establish himself, into the rotation like he has in Minnesota. So I don't think I don't think it would be smart unless there is some sort of big financial deal to him at least to leave this season.
Yeah, because he is a major player on the Vikings team, and just watching them, he isn't really getting that many plays as he was, in the 2019 season. I can see why he's angry. I was looking up and watching some tweets that I've seen. And it's well, I want to be on Minnesota, but at the same time, do they really want me? And it's just you also want to feel wanted on the team. Yeah, he is. They got him on the team, but at the same time, you do want to be there and then just have everybody and have that team chemistry as well. Unfortunately, it is time for a commercial break, but don't go anywhere. The List will be back in just a few minutes to talk about the top 2 biggest sports stories of the week.
At the University Bookstore, we have an excellent selection of competitively priced books and classroom necessities for students. We have Warhawk gear ranging from athletic apparel to comfy sweatshirts the whole family can enjoy. The textbook rental service is also available for students to check out their required readings for class. You can also find and order books, apparel, and gift items from our online catalog, located at UW-Whitewater Bookstore.com. The University Bookstore. We provide for your college experiences.
The UC can get you connected to all your basic needs. Grab a coffee and a meal. Study by the fireplace. Bowl, play, and relax when you want a break from homework. The UC has much more to offer to Whitewater students. Go to the UC's website to see what's going on this week.
It has been taking away our potential for decades, but since 2009, campuses nationwide are becoming tobacco-free. Tobacco has been eliminated from bars, restaurants, and many other public places. Why should our schools be any different? For more information, visit the Ambrose Health Center.
Welcome back. If you're ready, we're ready to talk about the biggest sports stories of the week. Now, at number 2, the Milwaukee Bucks clinched a spot in the playoffs, the fastest team in NBA history. Can anybody dethrone them as the best team in the league? Hannah?
First off, I just want to say we're obviously so proud of the Bucks. I mean, this is Wisconsin. We have been struggling for years. Last year, we barely just didn't make it to the NBA championship. We were dethroned by the Raptors. And I mean, I think that's going to be a team that they want to come after us this year. I mean, we just played them the other night. We got the win, and it was a good team win. But I think the Bucks have so much depth, and they've just been working together so well all season. It's going to be hard for somebody to dethrone them. And if they do, I think it's going to be a long series.
David?
I definitely say that first of all, it's great to see how well the Bucks are doing this season, but I think that the Raptors do have the best chance. After the departure of Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green, who are considered to be 2 of the best perimeter defenders in the league, they've had numerous bench players step up. Their points per game off the bench averages have gone up by a combined total of over 35 points. Norman Powell, Chris Boucher, Terrence Davis, to name a couple, have taken on much larger roles to fill the shoes. OG Anunoby as well. Kyle Lowry has gotten his 9th All-Star appearance, and it's well-deserved in my opinion. Fred VanVleet, undrafted player out of the G League, is now the starting shooting guard and is averaging 20 points per game. Pascal Siakam is, butting into a Kevin Durant type player who can, also space the floor. I think that it would be a competitive series, but I think the Raptors have the best chance, if anybody.
Absolutely. Finally, at number 1, Kobe Bryant's eulogy was held where family and friends spoke highly of the late father. How did the passing of Kobe Bryant, what did that mean to you, Hannah?
I mean, that was just, It really stings. It's gonna hurt the basketball community for a long time. I really respect Vanessa, how she went up, did the eulogy. She had so many great things to say about Kobe, Gigi, and especially their relationship together, you know? They were so close, and I can't imagine how much that has to hurt. But all of the basketball world, they've all had great things to say about Kobe. Of course, his legacy is gonna live on forever. But yeah, it's gonna hurt for a long time.
I definitely agree with that. It's impacted not only the basketball world, but like the world in general. Sometimes when an athlete gets so big that they transcend just being popular in sports, but just being a role model, like a generally like just considered to be a great person and a role model. It is cool to see though how numerous people in the NBA have spoken out, put their egos aside just to recognize how much he's done for the game, whether you're a fan of him or not. A lot of teams actually, since the NBA shot clock is 24 seconds, have been the first possession of their games have been just intentionally running out the shot clock so that as to pay tribute to Kobe's number 24. The All-Star teams, both one team wore number 8 and the other team wore number 24. Even the All-Star MVP was renamed to the Kobe Bryant Award, which is really, really cool to see. So it definitely hurts, but it's nice to see what the NBA community has done for him.
And actually, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning into The List. We will be back next week to talk about the biggest things happening in the world of sports. See you next week.